Aly Raisman has been a gymnast since she was a little girl, but there's more to her story than her triumphant athletic career. She's also worked in fashion, fought for social justice, and inspired many people along the way. Keep watching to see her stunning transformation. Raisman was a natural athlete from a young age. She got her start in gymnastics at the age of 2, but that wasn't the only sport she was into. She gave basketball, baseball, soccer, and ice skating a try before she ultimately decided to go all in on gymnastics and pursue it professionally. She trained almost every single day while growing up simply because she loved the sport that much. She grew so obsessed that she watched a VHS tape of the 1996 gold medal-winning American women's gymnastics team over and over to the point that she memorized all the scores. Raisman continued to doggedly pursue sports over the years, even though her classmates made fun of her muscles. But while bullying took its toll, she didn't let it stop her. As she later tweeted in 2020, "I dreamt of wearing a red, white, and blue leotard at the Olympics and imagined myself standing on the podium. One of the best things about being a kid is the belief that anything is possible, and that no dream is too big." Like most American teenagers, Raisman went to a regular high school. In her case, it was Needham High School in Needham, Massachusetts. But unlike most kids, she decided to finish her senior year of high school online while she trained to compete in the Olympics. Homework is already hard enough for teenagers to manage, but Raisman tackled both her school assignments and about 7 hours at the gym every day. She wasn't just lifting weights, she was also getting into some hardcore conditioning. As she explained to NPR in a 2012 interview, "I had to climb the rope without legs, with 10-pound weights on, so it's very, very hard. But her tireless work paid off. As she put it, I look really strong, definitely compared to normal girls. I'm proud of it, I guess, because it's a lot of hard work to get that, and it doesn't just come overnight." Raisman also explained how her teen years were different by telling ESPN, "I spend the majority of my days in a leotard. Most girls are used to wearing heels and dresses, and I'm used to being in a leotard with no makeup on. I love that. It's kind of all I've ever known." Raisman made history when she became the first American woman to win Olympic gymnastics gold in the floor exercise, which she accomplished at the 2012 Summer Games in London. After accepting her gold medal, she was flying high. Afterwards, she said, "I feel amazing. I'm so excited, and I don't even know. I am speechless. That was the best routine I've ever done." Raisman's routine earned her a score of 15.6, which was enough to beat the 15.2 second-place score. And she remained humble, as she said, "Regardless of the medal, I was just so happy to finish out strong for Team USA. The Olympic experience has been amazing. I'm so honored to be here." Even though she was now officially an Olympic gold medalist, Raisman knew she wanted more. As she told ESPN in 2015, "At the last Olympics, I got 2 golds and a bronze, but I think more about the fact that I didn't medal in the all-around than the fact that I did really well. That kind of pisses me off. I always think that it's never good enough." Considering that Raisman was anything but finished after the 2012 Olympics, the 2016 Games in Rio de Janeiro were exactly the opportunity she needed. And she didn't disappoint, as she ended up taking home 3 medals that year. That's despite the fact that it can often be difficult for athletes to compete in more than one Olympics. But Raisman persisted, even though she took more than a year off after the 2012 London Games. Her coach waited to make sure that she was absolutely serious about coming back before he took her seriously about training again. After all, since most athletes don't compete for as long as she did, her excitement could have worn off fast, or it could have persisted for the wrong reasons, like trying to secure sponsorships. But sure enough, Raisman was ready to make it back to the Olympics. She worked hard to get back into leotard shape, and it paid off in Brazil, as she nabbed silver in the floor exercise, silver in the individual all-around, and gold in the team all-around. The world was stunned to learn that Raisman was one of the abuse victims of former USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. The abuse reportedly began when she was just 15 years old, young enough that she didn't fully comprehend what was happening to her at the time. As she told Time in 2017, "What people don't get is that he was a doctor. I would never have imagined that a doctor would abuse me or manipulate me so badly." Raisman also spoke to 60 Minutes about how the culture needs to change to prevent abuse like this.
What did USA Gymnastics do and Larry Nassar do to manipulate these girls so much that they are so afraid to speak up?
You're angry.
I am angry.
Because of what she went through, Raisman now spends much of her time fighting for victims of childhood abuse. In 2019, she rallied to support a California bill that would extend the statute of limitations for reporting cases of sexual abuse. As she explained to Today, "It's not just the fact that I was abused by a trusted adult. It was the fact that there were so many adults around me that knew about it and looked the other way and covered it up." That's why Raisman is now out to make a difference and hold people accountable for both their actions and their inactions. Beyond lobbying for the California bill, she also teamed up with the organization Darkness to Light. Together, they offer workshops that help people to identify and prevent abuse. She's also involved in campaigns like Flip the Switch, which works to prioritize children's safety. While her experience is still hard for her to speak about, she shows no signs of backing down until changes are made. In 2017, Raisman branched out and took her career one step further by becoming a published author. Her memoir, entitled Fierce: How Competing for Myself Changed Everything, covers her journey as an Olympic athlete. According to the synopsis, it dives into her story of dedication, perseverance, and learning to think positive even in the toughest times on her path to gold medal success in 2 Olympic Games and beyond. The memoir also features never-before-seen photos of Raisman, bits and pieces from her personal journals that she's held on to since childhood, and empowering advice. She talks about her successes as well as her struggles before, during, and after her Olympic career, from childhood bullying to her lowest lows in training to the abuse that she's endured. Overall, it's a raw, honest, and deeply inspiring account of her life. At the 2018 ESPYs, Raisman received the Arthur Ashe Courage Award along with other survivors of the USA Gymnastics abuse scandal, which included over 300 girls and women. Raisman talked about the honor with Good Morning America, as she noted that getting the award with all the other survivors was hard to put into words.
I don't even know if it's really sunk in yet. I really can't believe it.
Raisman also noted that all of the survivors feel a kinship because of what they've all endured, and with each other's help, they've been able to get through it. That's been especially empowering for her, and it's also helped her to feel less alone. She also mentioned that she was grateful to have the opportunity to speak her truth and stressed that the award meant so much to her. Raisman's always had dreams of working in the fashion business, which she finally got around to doing in 2019 when she launched a capsule collection of activewear in collaboration with Aerie. Her primary aim was to ensure that every piece in the collection was comfortable. She told Refinery29, "Working out is already hard enough on its own, and everyone works out for different reasons. I think a lot of people work out because it's good for your peace of mind. The last thing you want is to feel uncomfortable or have a sports bra be too tight or leggings feel weird. It's very important to me that these pieces really are comfortable." Proceeds of Raisman's clothing line go to the campaign Darkness to Light, which aims to educate people about identifying and preventing childhood abuse. Raisman also launched a holiday makeup collaboration with Limelife by Alcone called Fierce by Ally. As she wrote on Instagram, "Fierce makeup may be different for each of us. For some, it could be a red lip or green eyeshadow or a nude natural lip or maybe no makeup at all. Whatever makes you feel good is #fierce. Personally, what makes me feel fierce depends on the day."
I learned that before my competitions, obviously I was really nervous, so putting makeup on was kind of that time for myself, that me time, and it was really therapeutic.
The 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympics ended up being postponed to 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which may have led some gymnastics fans to believe that Raisman would have time to go for gold once more. But she'd already announced that she wouldn't be competing. In a letter that she tweeted and posted on Instagram in January 2020, she wrote about what she would tell her younger self. "As a little girl, I thought what mattered most was making it to the Olympics, but I've learned that my love for gymnastics is more important. It is this love that fueled my Olympic dreams, and it is this love that now inspires me to do everything I can to make it safer for the many wonderful people in the sport." Raisman was, of course, referring to her ongoing work to fight childhood abuse. So while her Olympic career may now be over, she's still fighting for other young girls to be able to compete without enduring the same traumatic experience she went through. Since Raisman decided not to compete in the 2020 Olympics, she's finally had the opportunity to try out other sports and take up new hobbies. She told the Daily Mail, "I am looking forward to having more balance in my life and trying new things. I'm going to start taking golf lessons, and I am also taking tennis lessons, which is so fun. I'm also interested in taking horseback riding lessons. My younger sister Chloe did it for years, and I am excited to be able to do something with her that she loves." Raisman has also been gardening and learning about composting, replanting vegetables, and growing growing her own food. She told Women's Health that she's become a plant mom to 85 different flowers, veggies, and succulents. Though she's enjoying her newfound freedom, Raisman admitted that she's still figuring out what it is that she enjoys doing with her days, now that she's not training all the time. Nevertheless, all of the time that she has to now explore her other passions has been really fun. And although Raisman is no longer spending all of her time training, she's still focused on eating well and keeping healthy. She eats a mostly plant-based diet, which helps her maintain structure. As she explained to Women's Health, "It's the athlete in me. I always eat for a purpose, and I'm always thinking in terms of what's going to keep me energized." But she also makes room for snacks. Smoothies are one of her top choice to satiate her hunger in between meals, and she still loves dessert, particularly banana bread. It sounds like Raisman has found plenty of contentment and a post-Olympics routine that works for her, and we couldn't be happier for her. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.